sugar. It's Diamond by DJ Benny Boy, The Cuteness featuring Portia, Kemi, and Mula Keys. 18 minutes past 10 is your time. This is RB2, your station of choice. The Health Dose is in the building. Let's get into it.
The Health Dose. The Health Dose on RB2 is proudly brought to you by the Ministry of Health.
Continuing a conversation,
Tuesday, yeah.
Yes, on Tuesday, youth health behaviors in Botswana. Ke buile towards the end. Ke re ka re ke na le bo 30 minutes for this conversation. Little did I know it's going to continue. So joining us in studio, ke Mr. Gengeza, Mr. Wikutso Gengeza, who's a health promotion officer, as well as Baleseng McKenzie, our adolescent sexual reproductive health officer, as well as Me Bonno Tshegetsang, discussing youth health behaviors in Botswana. Let's get into it. How are you?
I'm okay, thanks.
Compliments of the new season, my lady.
Yeah.
Lona bo rekile bone maloba ke so ke shapo ka lona.
Yeah, we're good to go.
But happy to have you here. So let us get into it. The youth health behaviors in Botswana.
Yes.
Straight into the contributing factors, or how would you like to start?
First off, let's just recap on what we discussed
Yes,
previous.
please.
Yeah. So I would like one of the gentlemen to discuss, maybe recap of what happened, of what you discussed that Tuesday.
Yeah. Well, go fiwa kana se se botlhokwa le go gaisa ke gone gore batswana ba te ba tlhaloganye le go itse gore ha re bua ka youth health behaviors ra bene re bua ka eng motho a tlhalosa re kana ha o bua ka behavior o bua ka ha motho a itshwarang ka teng that act or the way an individual conducts himself or herself jaanong ha re bua ka the youth health behaviors o ka lemoga goreng youth banana ka bo bone they exhibit different health behaviors. Gona le tse ile gore they are positive, be gona le tse ile gore they are negative. Ke ra ha re lebile kgantsa rona tsa botsogo. Me ha re ka tsamara lebella tse ile gore they are negative. O ka tsamara le moga gore banana ka bo bone they indulge into alcohol, tobacco and drugs. Me so sa supagala le dipatiso tse ile gore di teng di supa gore banana ka ya le gore ba inakanya le tsone kgantse ke dipalo ya la tse di go dimo ya la thata multiple concurrent partners. Se se re bona se mo so se supa mo bananeng ba rona sexual debut, intergenerational relationships, banana ba inakanya le ba kapelo ba ile gore ba heta ka dingwagela ka tsela ntseng jalo, inconsistent, incorrect condom use ke tse di negative kana violence le one ntse le moteng a re tsamara lebeletse tse ile gore di positive. We see young people ba nna engaged mo kganyetse di tshwana physical activity, bangwe ba nna le good nutrition. Me ha o ka tsamaya lebella survey sa rona sa global school based student health survey sa 2024 se ne se dirisa tsa teng di release maloba ne supa tota gore banana ka bo bone ba ina ka ntse le kgantse di tshwanang majalo alcohol intake 27.3%. Huge statistics. How did we look at those who drank so much alcohol that they were really drunk 18.6, meba simanyana ile 21.2, basanyana ile 16.3. So I just wanted to paint a picture in Zinjalo for Mbazwana ba te ba itlhaloganye. Me tara hantse re tsama re sarabolla di kgang tsa rona. Re ntse re recap mo go senentse re se bua le maloba. Kana o ka le mo gore maloba thata focus ya rona ne le mo HIV AIDS. Re supa ka seemo se o se ramileng ka teng. Le things that young people need to do gore ba tsmo mathateng a gonna jalo. So I just wanted to lay a foundation in Zinjalo so that we get to have a clear picture of where we are going.
Le gore ha ile gore gona le mongwe who missed the conversation on Tuesday and briefed up.
Yes.
So, Emma, can we get to, is there any more briefing? Can I return straight into the contributing factors?
I think Mr. Gengeja also said about the recap. I think we can just go straight into the issue of the day. Today, as one of the issues, we told ourselves that we need to look at the rate, the teenage pregnancy, the adolescent and young women's pregnancy in Botswana,
Er.
which is something se leng gore indeed se tshwentse and sentse se tsweletse sa tshwenye, because ha re itemogela dipalopalo tse dintsi mo e leng gore if you look at retrospectively mo dipalong tsa from 2022 to 2024 o tla kgona go lemoga gore per district dipalo tseo di ntse di gola, even though go ntse go na le some strategies tse leng gore re le ba lephata la botsogo le makalana a mangwe re leka gore re di-radio dingwe tse leng gore di ka leka gore di hokotse tsone di palopalo tse di ko godimo tseo tsa go ima ga banana. If I may cite a typical example, mo dipalong tse leng gore re di neetswe ke ba lephata la dipalo le gone go ka latedisa di program gone ko ministry, our monitoring and evaluation officers. A typical example, let's look at Gaborone between 2022 and 2024. We are looking at around 10,099 pregnancies that are reported. Between the ages of 10 and 19. So our teenage pregnancy rate it still remains very high.
Yes.
I'm giving you just a tip of an iceberg, the city, but we've got hard hit areas that are outside the cities. We are looking at far areas like Bonebo, Okavango. We are looking at Bobuteti, Francistown, and the like. I would like to say the country itself, the whole country is affected in a way. Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so maybe we can get to the contributing factors since these are different locations.
Exactly.
And I believe the contributing factors maybe we can also get into that. What are the socio-economic factors so much teenage pregnancy in areas such as yes. What is it?
There are multiple factors that contribute to the teenage pregnancy. There's been a point whereby we went around the country, consultative meetings. In those consultative meetings, there are areas where this teenage pregnancy, in some areas, it's based on the cultural practices that we do have. We still have cultures still. We have got bana ba eleng gore ba banyenyane, and once they basimolla nenyane but tse ja go rafola, which is once they start their menstrual periods, motho a teng o ta ba gelwa ntlo ka go morago ga matu a mangwe mo eleng gore anong she's been considered gore ke mme o godile anong, and that means any other guy can visit without any parental monitoring. They've actually reported some of these things it's an exchange ya plastic to ngwana. Looking at the fact that in most cases it happens in low socio-economic families, whereby you find that ketaboketa ki tsholetse 50 pula wa me, as long as kitile ka seshabo, I'm the man in that house. Mo eleng gore go na le some quarter meetings tse leng gore totally borre le bonena ba complain gore kana ga the teenage pregnancy, but at the end of the day wa go ithaya gore botsadi le bone they play part because they actually allow that in exchange of the plastic bo go ja yalo. But at the same time, when you look at other areas, we are looking at the peer pressure just to fit in. For him, onale madi, it's fine.
Yeah.
And but now she wants to fit in because she's associating Lebanon they're from good backgrounds they can afford. And by now, in such a relationship, now we are looking at the play of power. And like he has alluded, umutona. Chances of that adolescent negotiating safer sex, it's very minimal because now you determine how you want your sex and when.
Yeah.
So that is basically some of the things that really comes to play into that. Mr.
ke
Gengezo
batla
can
go
add on
etatse
to
gone
that.
ho gore
Yes.
kana ha go nna le one intergenerational relationship
Yes.
kana ngwana ka wene wa itsela gore motsadi wa respectiwa jaanong imagine ene motsadi eno a tla ka kgang ya goreng ena ga a dire se se kauso gore a gore kgonagalo wa gore se kauso se dirisiwe e nna very minimal
Yeah.
but we shouldn't forget gore go na le high unemployment rate mo hatseng la rona tse e le gore di heleletsa jaanong di expose bana ba rona gone go kgontshiwa ka tsela e ntseng jalo ya gore ba inakanya le bao ba ile gore ba na le madi be ba heleletsa jaanong ba nna exposed to these risky sexual behaviors. Yeah.
All right, ke tsa ke re utlwetse with the contributing factors. Maybe then we can get to discussing the implications of exhibiting risky health behavior. Re remele stata mo the sexual behavior. Ke utlwe khantele Mr. Gengeza re gona le bo inconsistent and incorrect use of condoms. So let's talk about that. Re focused on HIV as well as unintended teenage pregnancy.
Boammaaruri ja kgang ke gore jaaka ne ke ala di-behaviors kana behavior tse re lebile the interplay between the biological, the psychological as well as the social cultural factors tsone tse e le gore di heleletsa di aga yone behavior ya rona jaanong jaaka ne ntse ke tla ka tsone ka bophara ja tsone bone go inconsistent incorrect condom use early sexual debut di heleletsa jaanong di re gorosa ko e le gore go bua teng HIV mo bananeng ba rona unintended pregnancies ntle ba le sengatla a di atolose go gaisa gone go yeah.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Gengezo. Kana jaaka re Gengezo se tsa buile tota go the display of the risky health behaviors when it comes to sexuality. He has alluded that we are looking at the HIV infection rates. Because obviously if there's no way we can discuss our sexual act and our sexuality, okay, fine. This is we need to protect ourselves. One, there's a high chances of that an individual can actually get infected with HIV because condom use it's inconsistent, and in that case, one has power over the other on when to use a condom, or we don't use a condom at all. And now we are also looking at the unintended pregnancies. But now let's look at it in this way: unintended pregnancies, the consequences they go a long way. Because now we are looking at this child. There's school interruption. We've got a social recall. You become so social isolated to some extent. It's just the fear of being judged by others. And now we are looking at now you have actually skipped the what you call this, the stage. And now we are looking at how your livelihood is being actually affected. And gonna bear in mind that we are now looking at reduced opportunities of work.
Yeah.
And that actually goes back to say what low socio-economic income. And actually, when we go to the low socio-economic income, ultimately we are looking at an impact into the public health system. Because this thing, it now becomes a vicious cycle.
Yeah.
And one person has to break it.
Something that's called a ripple effect. One thing affects everything else. Yeah.
So pregnancy, it affects everything else, but we do not want it to be that way. That's why we want to break the cycle.
Okay. So the effects of unintended pregnancy. That you can just
kana o bona motho ha tota mme ha le mo mmeleng gona le matute a leng gore a mmele tsone di hormone tse leng gore di ta produce ke mmele a kere mo leng gore in most cases or some cases wa go ithaya gore even the behavior ya go ya change le ditebego tsa ba bangwe di a change ya nong kana o ka imagine o santse o le monana kana monana le ena le di hormones tsa go tse leng gore by that time they are now trying to become active and all of a sudden now you are pregnant mo gore lang gore tlhaloganyo ga ise go le sente your physiological makeup ga ise go le sente mo gore those hormones are still in play. And now if we bua ka di hormone, now let's look at the mental outcome of the pregnancy itself. Kana gore it's highly likely gore e go affect the guy some of them they end up banale mo re go bitsa re postpartum depression.
Yes.
Kore ke ngwana o na sa solela gore o ka nna le ngwana, and now all of a sudden there's this baby that is beside me. How do I handle this? Wa bona go ntsa e be gore re hella re na le incident tse leng gore at one point o tauta go tekana ngwana yo dingwaga tse kana tse di go tlase o nnile le ngwana, and out of nowhere that child has been found dead. And the mother cannot even explain how. Now when we look at the biological part of it, ngwana ga isa go le sente gore melo ya go o ka kgona go apelegeng sente. Because gonna bear in mind that delivery, it calls for a mature body. But now if at all that body is not mature, now we are looking at complications. It's about horror belega bona le gone gore o ka kgagoga go tlase, o ka nna le gone mo re go bitsa re bo pelvic distortion. Mo eleng gore go affect tota ke gore ke dilo tse leng gore di ama. Others they end up being wheelchair bound.
Gore boimana hela tota bone boimela mmele wa ngwana ka ditsela tse di harologaneng, physically, emotionally, psychologically, all the ways you can think of.
Yes. That's why to some extent we went go ra motse mo re kile ra go gone kwa tota ngwana o la ikuela re, you know what, re kopa le togele makhela kgatekeng
ke yona tlogela makhela a butse. Yes.
But okay, no, I hear you.
Gore re ngwana kana o khona go bonela gore mo go lo ntshetse ba go le ba re setse morago e bana ikuela.
Exactly.
Okay. So maybe now we're running out of time. Let us just get into what is being done to address risky sexual behaviors tsa banana, and also discuss the services that are offered.
Okay. Like we are saying, not all is lost. There's always second chance to that. Hence, le balephatala thuto wa ta gora ba bana le thulaganyo ya bona gore o ka tswa mo sekolong meng ele ka taolo ya ba bongaka o boa ele ka taolo ya ba bongaka ba re nya mme gone o setse o le you are healthy to come back. And now when we look at it, gona le a campaign. Or before we get into the campaign, like we have alluded Malabar, we have got youth-friendly services. Kana di kokelona tseo di offer go tele family planning. We also offer PrEP to prevent HIV infections in case we have a discordant couple. Mo elong gore couple e nngwe o positive ke ra gore mokapelo yo mongwe positive yo mongwe negative. We have got yone PrEP it can be used. And ha re lebella there is an ongoing campaign ya first lady ya wa Botswana me kaone boko.
Yes,
that campaign it's mpepu sireletsa ngwana sireletsa bokamoso. It actually wants to get to the core ya gore me gone bana ba bothata ja bone ke eng, and how best can they be assisted pertaining to that, so that we can prevent the early pregnancies, and as well as giving chances to biolong they've been victims of teenage pregnancies, and they still have hope we still have something else to do, and their life it's meaningful.
Me gape go tlalletsa mo go se ba le senga se buang gore what is it that has been done mo sebakeng sa gompieko ba le phatala botsogo Ministry of Education, the local government ba tshwaragane le World Health Organization and UNESCO ba dira di study tse di harologane mo baneng ba sekolo gompieko ne re sa tswa go release di results tsa sone sentseng ke se bua se re tsweletse mo go se sengwe se ile gore se tshware gona ana se ile gore se itebagantse le administration mo sekolong gore a gona le tsone di policy tse ile gore di promote health mo sekolong gona le the physical environment mo sekolong bo teacher ba itshwara ka tsela entseng jang. So those studies are ongoing. Maybe le tsone di study tsone tseo ke tse ile gore di tswela di re thusa to plan rena le evidence mo tafoleng ya rona. Beyond that, we are also capacitating ba ile gore dira le bona go di kgaolong gore ba tshware kgantsone tsa go dila le monana gore thuto ite gore ge sente go bone creating awareness o se tsa buile ba le senka kgang ya teng. There's also policies tse ile gore di teng tse ile gore di thusa jalo gore di guide the implementers at ground level gore ba dire so se ile gore se tshwanetse bile sa tsamaelana gore tle re kgone go addressa mathata go nna jalo. The school health program as well, we are trying to revamp this program gore re tle re kgone go nna ntse re screena bana ba rona santse ba le banyenyane so that we can help them go akopele.
All right. I think also the health dose is such a segment we
Exactly.
really have to clap hands for, because with no information thought that there's really not much that we can do to change our behavior. So I really hope that banana ba ilong gore ba ready right now to the station baka reka itsa stock.
That's true.
Hela rotlhe ra bona gore in the year 2026 a go re repeat mo tlhala hela and just behave in a way long gore benefits our health positively.
Me kana bonno o teng ha o teng ha ba re gang ke di etelwa ke bo re kopele bo me ba swantse gore ba di etelle le bona ke dumela gore le bala itse le gore le ba gane bo mmele le banana
re tswalle bonno.
Okay, Lebohore. What I can say to the youth, to the teenagers, teenagers, please practice abstinence. And to youth, rekopale practice safe sex, condomize, stay away from drugs and alcohol. Go read because Rabana or Maharikyo dipala sa tinda katsara each and every day.
True.
Teenage pregnancy law and we don't want that. So Calabo.
All right. Thank you so much. Until Rukopana happen next week Tuesday, right?
Yeah.
Have a great Thursday.
Cheers.
Have a good one.
All right, that was the health dose. Let us just get right into your golden oldies, reminding you to take it easy. Wait, just kanyana ya youth health behaviors as we listen to some R. Kelly, Donnell Jones, and Oleta Adams.
Choice. It's yours. This is RB2.
RB2.
The Talk Shop.
Golden Oldies.